So let's talk about how Muhammad grew up. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, grew up as an orphan. His father died before he was even born. His mother died when he was just 6. His grandfather took over and took him under his wing, but then he died a couple years later at the age of 8. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, as a young boy was taken in by his uncle Abu Talib. Abu Talib was the least rich of his uncles, but he was willing to take him in, and he showed him love and compassion and concern. As he grew up, he taught Muhammad that he should take care of the animals. So he became a shepherd. In the years as a shepherd, he learned patience, he learned humility, he learned compassion, and he also learned the value of working with your own hands for your own livelihood. He later mentions as a prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, a beautiful wisdom in which he said, "No one has ever eaten better food than one who has eaten from the work that has earned the money from their own 2 hands." Then he commented, even the prophet David, the king, was a shepherd and used to eat from his own earnings. As he grew into his adult years, Muhammad's uncle would give him some goods to sell in the marketplace. He then proved to become an effective merchant, and so then Abu Talib would take him on some of his journeys on the caravans to Syria. As a teen, Muhammad witnessed a series of conflicts known as the Evil Wars. That culminated in what was known as the Virtue Pact, or the Pact of Good Men, in which leaders among the Quraysh tribes agreed not to mistreat foreigners and to support the oppressed over the oppressor, regardless of tribe. Even though it may have been political grandstanding, that was a huge leap for them. And the Prophet later, peace and blessings be upon him, commented on that issue, saying, "When I was young, I was invited to a meeting to form a pact. If I were invited to such a pact, even now as your prophet, I would join." This is important because it highlights the value of Muslims to take part in community engagements, even with non-Muslims who don't share our beliefs or values. In his early 20s, the people of Mecca noticed his selflessness and honesty as a merchant. This led them to trust him with their secrets and property, especially when they were in dispute or on a journey. The Kaaba had recently been through a fire and a flood, and when the Quraysh sought to rebuild it, they disputed over the sacred remnant of the original building known as the Black Stone. They resolved to put the matter to chance, saying whoever would enter that door would be the man responsible to settle this dispute. And then walked in Muhammad, in which people then, as it is narrated, who were there, said the most trustworthy man has entered. And they were giving their approval. And so they let the Prophet do whatever he wanted. Obviously now, at this point, he wasn't a prophet, but they respected him as a very honest, sincere, trustworthy man. So the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he told everyone, let's all join in this and grab a cloak, and let's put the black stone on it so we can all take part in this crucial moment of unity. That's how Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was known amongst his community some 15, 20 years before he would receive revelations.